I took Regents Physics in 11th grade and I found the material to be easy. It was more math-based than biology and chemistry, which required more memorization, and I like math. At the end of the year, when we had to choose our classes for senior year, I chose AP Physics 1 because I thought I was prepared enough. I had heard other students complaining about the difficulty of AP Physics, but I believed that I could handle the class better. On the first day of school, Mr. Scaler greeted our class by telling us that all the awful things we had heard were true. He warned us that we would receive grades we'd never received before, and that we would work harder than we ever had. I was skeptical, and the first unit was easy enough, and I made the mistake of thinking that all the exams would be as easy as the first one. And then I failed the second test, and then the third. I managed to save my grade and pass first quarter with a B, with the quizzes in the fourth exam, but I was shocked. I had never experienced such a difficult class, and I barely scraped by with B's in the remaining quarters, but I worked harder for those B's than I ever worked before. I was relieved to receive C's and low B's instead of the 50s and 60s I was scoring in the first quarter. My weekends were consumed with physics studying. I would stay up late on weeknights doing WebAssign homeworks. I hated it, but I managed to improve, and I felt very prepared for the AP Physics 1 exam.
Okay, now it's time for some advice for studying physics. The first one, never forget to do the WebAssign practice. WebAssign provides the practice for basic knowledge you need to know to solve harder questions. Although the test is often very, very different from the practice you did before, the WebAssign can make sure you know the basic concepts for solving more complex questions. If you cannot solve WebAssign questions easily, of course, you're not going to get any good grade you want. The second one, you can study ahead on the Khan Academy. Since the class is very complex, you may not understand the concepts in the class. Then you might miss the chance to ask questions in class. So study ahead on Khan Academy can help you get basic knowledge before you actually start class. The third one, lab. The lab includes 3 parts: the procedure, the data, and the conclusion. So let us talk about them separately. The procedure should be detailed enough that another student should be able to repeat an experiment exactly and produce the same results. If you're afraid that the expression is not clear enough, you can draw a picture to show what you mean. It don't need to be too detailed. A simple thumbnail sketch is enough. Some of you may procrastinate until due dates to start writing and forgot how you did the lab at that time. To avoid these problems, you can take a picture of the setting after you do the lab. The data. In this part of the lab, make sure you write the word measure. I know in English class you learned not to use the same word over and over again, but in the lab projects, it's different. Do not use other words such as write down or record to replace measure. Use measure as much time as you can. Moreover, please do not forget to write units down. Then, if you need any calculation in that lab, please write down the formula on that Google sheet. Do not calculate by yourself and then only write the result on it. You will get points off. The conclusion? Actually, this is the easiest part of the lab. Just remember, when you're writing the source of error, don't write such thing as human error. Please be more specific. Don't afraid to use a diagram or drawings to help you.